Hello everyone and welcome to the Season 3 of the IMSA series here at GT3 Racing. I'm your host, Paul Lopez. I will soon be joining as well with Brody Maynard. And this is going to be a fantastic new season, new rules, specifically with classes. On our way, there's already the GT3 class qualifying, which I will soon show. So, as we see our drivers here on the road. Wait, for some reason it is not showing. Should be good now? Yeah, there we go. So, this time we have two GT3 classes. It's the Pro class and the Amateur class, AM. As we usually see on other GT3 series. We also have the GTP class, which has all the GTP cars on IMSA. Currently, we are seeing someone without the GT3 class, which I need to fix just a moment. Someone just joined in while qualifying. There we go, sorry about that. So yeah, a fantastic turnout. We have around 54 drivers here. That is about 20 drivers on GTP class, the rest on GT3 class. And also a happy birthday to Robin Duhamel. He's been on the GT3 Racing series a long time, very frequently, on our cars too. So it's nice for him to still keep up and joining us on this one as well. Also, I did... just someone already spinning out. Some also new changes you can also see. The stream quality, for example, I have tried to improve it. Now we have it in 4K. The new layout as well to present the new classes. And the races, which will be an hour long compared to the sports car series, which we had it last season, which were 45 minutes. We still have to pit on this series, but it is between 1 and 2 pit stops. It really depends on the driver. Possibly only one. Don't think there's any track that you really have to do it on 2 pit stops. So today we are in Silverstone, a classic track here on the worldwide of motorsport. We are following Stefano here on his lap. Currently the first one to cross the line to do his first lap, but he is not on purple sectors. He is not the fastest driver here. We'll see how it improves later on.
Thank you, mate.
We have lovely cars here, a lot of cars, since now we have 11 car models. We have, so on GTP class it is the Porsche 963, we have the Cadillac V Series, we have the Acura ARX06, I think that's the name, and the BMW M Hybrid. On the GT3 class we have the Porsche, the new one that came out recently, or this year. We have the BMW M4. We have, surprisingly, drivers with the Ford GT, which is interesting to see. We also have the Ferrari, the new one that came this season, the 296. As well as we also have, but not many people are driving it, the Mercedes, the GT3 2020 Evo. And no one is driving the McLaren or the Audi this time around. It might change, there might be other drivers later on that are driving it, but no Audis or McLarens, even though those cars are also available here. So you can support your favorite maker here. So we see now GT3 Pro has the fastest lap because the R rating splits on there's a threshold between GT3 Pros and GT3 AMs. So half goes by I rating goes to the AMs, and the pros are the ones that are above them. But we can also see that if we group it, like this, these are all the times on the GT3s that are all mixed in. This is just the GT3 Pro lap times. And unfortunately, there we go. And this is the GT3 Pros and AMs together. And you can see the fastest GT3 AM puts himself in 3rd place overall of the GT3s. So just because someone is on the AMs class doesn't mean that they're not as quick as the Pros. It really depends on, well, usually it's really well divided, but there's always that driver that's actually really good but just doesn't farm I rating, so to say. But yeah, Alessandro Porta here, currently with the fastest time with a 1:59.4. We have another Ferrari here, Marcelo Cassetta, P4 overall the GT3 class, his teammate. Currently P3 on his class. So how about we do a little onboard, shall we? Of the Silverstone circuit. Preparing himself to cross the line. He goes on the last corner. It's a tricky one with GT3s, you can really skip the rear here. So, crosses the line. Pit straight. This is a fast corner, you do it in about 5th or 4th. Seems like Marcelo does it in 4th. Goes uphill, very slightly. Keeping full throttle, hard brake here. Can use as much of the curb at the right, but not use the sausage curb there. Keeping a line to this one. Sometimes you go a bit on the outside, sometimes you try to keep it more on the closer to the inside. Goes full throttle here, onto another straight. Now this one you really gotta brake before you start cornering, otherwise your car will escape you. The GT3s really do not like the fast corners on this track. That was a bit slow, but he still pushed ahead. Actually he aborted his lap, sadly. It did look like he made a mistake, so he will try it again later on. Let's see the Ford GT, shall we? So continue on the same part, this is the old pit straight. Really careful with the track limits on the left side of that corner. Out to Maggots and Beckett's. Keeping attention on the balance of the car. Always reducing its speed. Let's see now, crosses on the last straight here. Last sector of the track. This is where a lot of speed can be gained for overtakes on this one. It's now he becomes really careful here with the car so he doesn't go on the left. Even though you have a lot of grip here compared to the other fast corners. Now hard braking is on here for the last chicane. And now goes full throttle. Yes he does. Onto the finish line and he crosses the line. It is an improvement that he stays in P5 Pro class, but P6 overall. Showing that the Ford GT is still competitive after all these years. Fantastic. Another driver here from, what's the name of the team? Because some people didn't put the name of the team. So I can really tell. It just says Italy. But yeah, a lot of Italian drivers actually. On the GT3 class, currently driving we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 drivers on the GT3 class. And 6, 7, 7 on the Pro class, and actually 12 on the GT3 class. It's interesting to see. Italian. We need to get an Italian commentator. For the Italian audience here that we probably have with so many Italian drivers here. So who is improving the lap? Ruppe just crossed the line, but still stays P2. Is there perhaps someone? Let's see, Stefan Albanese going for cops. Look at how you use the sausage cups. The small ones you can use it, of course. Just be careful with the off track. But the large sausage curves, you can't really ride them, otherwise you lose control of the car. Ruben Stegman. He is trying to cross the line, and he does in P4 overall, the GT3 class, P1 of the GT3 AM class. Current time to beat is 1:59.4. Still the same lap time as the first one lap that Alessandro did. Interesting to see. But yeah, Ruben Stegman sporting the ASR livery here. Matteo Lemare just crossed the line. Our birthday boy here. Stays in P16 of his class, P26 overall of the GT3s. It's got a lot to climb afterwards. Less than 5 minutes left. I think it's now 3 minutes left of this qualifying before we go to the GTP class qualifying. Let's check out Kevin Stam here. Another Ferrari ASR livery. He is improving his lap time, so it could be it to boost himself from P13 to a higher position. Say it goes to P12. Ruben now has the fastest lap time, the first one to go on the 158. 5 tips ahead of the next GT3 driver. Amazing. We have seen Ruppe drive previous season on the GT4 class on the sports car series. Now he's getting it a hand on the GT3 class. He was also a driver on the touring car series, if you remember, 2 seasons ago. So Ruppe really likes racing with us. We are glad for it. It's always nice to see. It's nice to see recurring drivers here on Anti-Stall Racing. Alessandro Porta 1:59.2. He does improve his lap time, but unfortunately for him, still says P2. Carboy now will cross the line. Boza crosses the line and doesn't improve. Unfortunately for him. Who else? Is 1 minute left. You can see as well the track. Seen a lot of drivers still on the track. Don't think anyone is having any problems with traffic, fortunately for them, since this is a pretty big track. Doing laps close to 2 minutes means you have a lot of space in between other cars. But I guess Marcel is stopping here. Or not. Think he's gonna keep going? Doesn't matter because he will not have any more time to do another lap. So let's check out with someone that is improving. Thomas Avanzini is stopping as well on track. We have a Ford GT here for Sebastian van der Hoeven. and he's also stopped, and that is it. That is our GT3's done of qualifying, and now we will move out for the GTP class. First one to get out is Ricardo Tidin. Who is this Provenditi, actually? While everyone is going around and start their lap times, I need to change a little name here. There we go. So, GTP is on the track. Some give a distance, you can see, between car number 101, Daniel Ronke, and car number 24 of Kevin Galvin. There's a huge space. Kevin Galvin as well was here on Sports Car Series waiting for the LMP3s. And right behind him, see, there's another Porsche. Yeah, a lot of Cadillacs. I guess because of the sound of the car, you know, it's an amazing car to hear. We can just go for an onboard soon enough, so we can hear the glorious V8. Let's see, someone that is actually crossing the line in a bit. Still nothing. We'll just keep it on Daniel Carvalho, Portuguese driver for AZR Motorsport. Getting ready for his lap time. Ricardo Tali in the BMW. Being the first one, already has a purple sector, of course. Let's see if he will keep it for the next drivers. First one is still purple. Second one by Sebastian Budka is not. Alright, so the Cadillac here of Daniel Carvalho gave him some space on the car ahead. So let's go for an onboard, shall we? That seemed a bit too safe there. Usually you can go flat, but I guess the cold tires didn't really allow him to do it. So in the first corner here, really noticing a bit of a lack of speed here, a bit of a lack of confidence, so to say, and we already see him spinning. So that's the lap gone, unfortunately for him. Let's just see Kevin Gavin here, going a bit tight here on the BMW. Now going through cops, can he keep it on the track and again an off track? He does keep it there, so at least his lap time will be valid. Also, we can see Ricardo Tallinn crossing the line here. Purple, green, and then Sebastian behind, green, purple. But it is... both drivers actually got an off track, so none of them actually have a valid lap time, or did they? Sebastian did get a lap done. It was just it just seemed like what was it that I forgot now. Ricardo didn't get a proper lap time because I guess he got an off track, unfortunately for them, but they can still keep going. There's still 10 minutes left. .143.8 is the lap time to beat. That is 15 seconds faster than the fastest GT3 car. Sebastian can still keep it going. seems like it's still an improvement to his lap time. He does have now purple sectors. Ricardo Talley is going for... He actually gave up. Ricardo Talley gave up his lap. I guess that was either another off track, but he does have the speed for it. Just needs to pull a nice tight lap with no off tracks to maybe get the pole position. You see Sebastian finally crossing the line. And he does improve now, 142.9, 2.7 seconds ahead of the second place. And Matisse just gets a 142.4, 5 tenths ahead of Sebastian. Some drivers still don't have a lap time. About 8 drivers on the GT3 class don't have a lap time yet. There is still points given on qualifying. It goes 30 points, 27 points to 25 points, and it starts to go down from there. It's 10% of the race points, so to say. So there's always something to gain even on qualifying. It's not just about track position in this case. This is the standard IMSA point scoring system. See another driver here from Absolute Motorsport. Both teammates here might help each other out to get the slipstream, become faster on straights. Gotta get every advantage as a team, especially seeing that the lap times over on the top, especially P1, is so distant from the others.
Hi Paolo, how are you doing?
Oh, hey Steve.
Come along to help out the commentary today, guys. How's it going?
It is an exciting race to be, for sure, with so many people turning up. And also the new rules of the AM and Pro class.
Yeah, I think it's exciting times. I think we're 5 cars short of a full grid out there today, so it's going to be hectic at the start. I think it's going to be awesome with the new Pro-Am. It keeps everybody's interest in the race, so I think we're in for a good long season with a good field. So yeah, it'll be good to see the sort of first few people that set the mark and light the place on fire.
Indeed, it gives some competition even if you're not exactly the fastest driver. So you always at least compete for a championship. Not just for the best ones, but of course for the ones that drive similarly to you.
Yeah. And it'll be good to see the following season how people progress in the Pro-Ams league and who comes up a league and who goes down a league, and see how that grows. And we've got some great teams taking part this season as well, with some awesome drivers. So looking forward to it.
Ricardo Talley still hasn't put a single lap here. Right now he's on yellow sectors, so it could still be a fast lap, but because he hasn't put any on the board because of the off tracks previously, it's gonna be tough for him to keep up with the rest of the pack that's really improving the lap times. He does put a lap time that puts him on P7 though. Yeah. But I think from the previous purple sectors he managed to get, he can probably do better on this lap even, since he still has a 1 lap of energy and fuel left.
Yep. And Sophia's just gone through. Has gone through with an X as well, so she's still got to set that time. She's going into a new lap now. Pandolf and Danielle are also waiting to set their times. So we've got Danielle in the lead car at the moment. Oh, getting a bit bumpy through the curves there between Hector and Daniel. I think he's doing a little bit of a bump draft there for him, but It could end up being a bit messy, this. Oh, another touch as well.
Where are you checking that?
I was following, I was following Daniel there, and Pandolf's just gone into the pits. Sorry, Hector's just gone in the pits. Sorry, not Pandolf. Sorry.
Ooh, that's probably an off-tag here from Ricardo telling. Unfortunately, yeah, he is going to the pits, I guess. It just didn't work. Another lap time, basically deleted now using P9, 1.1 seconds behind. So Eloy Caballero just got really close to the pole position now with 2 milliseconds. He could still be doing it.
That's scarily close though at that time, isn't it?
Yeah. Top 4 is all Cadillacs. And there's an Acura here on P5, then more accurate Cadillacs. Either people just choose it by the sound of the car, or they just like how it looks. What do you think?
I think it's a bit of both. It does look great. Sophia's just set a time there. She's just gone plumb last there with the 20, but she's got a time on the board. I think it's a bit of both. I mean, I've not been hands-on with the car myself, so it's going to be interesting to see. But it does look great, doesn't it? I mean, the new cars in iRacing this season, they're up in their game with what you can see and the visuals we're getting on those. So, yeah, it's the sound of any car like that is awesome to be part of. So, it's long may it last in terms of the league participation. So, let's try and let's turn the volume up for them, keep them going. Just looking there at the last couple of people still to set times. So. Pandolf is out there at the moment.
Check car number 14. Yeah, we're looking at it already.
Sebastian crosses the line. It's because he didn't get enough, like it was invalidated. He did have a purple sector though, so there's still a chance for him to even improve it. At least get closer to P2. But it's gonna be tough to pass those two. They are on a league of their own currently.
They can't, yeah, miles ahead.
Sophia Ripath here with the Porsche on the last sector now. Can she actually improve her lap time to not be the last qualified driver here? Since it is a 13 seconds, so something happened on that lap. As long as she improves it on this last sector, it should be fine.
Let's see what her timing is. She's gone green on the last 2 sectors, so...
Well, it was again invalidated, so it didn't count.
Oh, that's a shame.
It is not easy.
There was a little incident there, but Daniel just went off the track and a little bit of an unsafe rejoin there. I think the stewards are having a good look at that as we speak. But yeah, a little bit of a careless rejoin there caused that little incident that's being investigated.
3 Spanish drivers here for Iridium Motorsports here. Eloy Caballero, Juanso Valle, and Carlos Ponce. Juanso just parking it. I guess it's qualifying done for him. Since there's no way now you can return and still do a lap time.
Yeah, Pandolf just put a time in there just to go 20, just above Sophia. It doesn't look like Daniel's going to get another lap in. Oh, he may just get it in. Let's see. I think he could just squeeze. Daniel might just squeeze a lap time if he doesn't get any X's. So have you been practicing racing as well in the off season, Paolo?
Who, me?
Yep.
Actually, no. I've only been driving a bit of Super Formula this season. I don't really have that much time for racing currently. As long as I'm really working, I'm just focusing mostly on, well, other stuff. Someone just spun ahead of him. Ahead of Marco. Let's see.
I think it was Alvaro, wasn't it?
But yeah, I do like these new GTP cars. Like the Acura, I would try to get the Acura. I already have the Cadillac and BMW. GT3s, I'm not really much of a fan. But it is nice that we have more cars, different cars on the grid, though.
Yeah, definitely. I think, and it makes better racing as well because, Yeah, they all have their balance of power. So you know, each track's going to have a different situation and car setup. So yeah, I like the fact that they brought in a lot more variety to it.
Yes.
Daniel, oh no, Daniel just X. So unfortunately for him, he's not going to set a time. He would have been though. He would have got 20th, I think there. So unlucky for Daniel. That was a shame.
Ricardo telling him can he finally improve his lap time. There is at least a green sector here, but still on 2 yellow ones. But he's still gonna give him his best.
Oh, I didn't notice as well. Eloy went quicker there, and just hit under the 142.4s. So absolutely electric pace there by Eloy. Certainly looks like the Cadillac is setting the pace as well out there.
There you go. Sorry, I had to fix something. But yeah, the Cadillacs, I don't think the BOP in general of these cars is that different. It's just more of a choice of the car they want to use. Because I think the BMW is still fastest on the last season. But people just like the Cadillac.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's only 3 people out there in the BMW this season. Given the sort of practice people would have had from the last season in it, I thought a few more people would have carried it across. And the Acura as well. I'm shocked that more people haven't gone with the Acura, but certainly the Cadillac is the popular choice.
Yeah. It's my favorite choice just because of the sound, to be honest. I can drive any of the GTPs fine, but it's the sound that's important. Especially if you do endurance race, which you hear the sound all the time. It's just lovely. So, that is qualifying done for all classes.
Yep.
We still have a warm-up in a bit. And what's your take on the qualifying here? We did get Eloy Caballero getting the pole position here on GTP. Finally improved those 2 milliseconds that he was behind. Rupe being the fastest driver of the GT3 and the only one on 158. Seems like it's going to be some trouble for the other drivers here if he can keep that pace like he did on the sports car series.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's quite interesting there for the GT3 class in setting the pole position there. You know, that's nice to see a new name at the top of the pole in the GT3. It was very quick last year as well. But the 2 guys up front, yeah, electric. I mean, yeah, they've certainly put some practice hours in there to be setting those times. And for Eloy to come along, you know, in the last couple of laps and get under the 142.4s, yeah, that's outstanding performance. That. And it's a shame because we don't have our resident #1 driver in the series at the moment, do we?
Brandon Hawken.
Yeah.
That is true. He didn't participate in this series.
So it's unusual not to see him in the timing charts there. So he's been with us for quite some time now and won a lot of championships with us. So yeah, hopefully we'll see him back on track soon.
Yeah, he was even close to winning the sports car one.
He was very close. He was. It was a great season last year as well. But seeing a grid of this size in iRacing, it is always tremendous. It's even better to be part of it when you're on the track. But it's awesome to be watching it from up here in the control tower and seeing everybody having fun and see what unfolds. But I think the long-awaited thing from iRacing, which we're all loving, which we all can't wait to have, is weather. One day we'll see wet races round tracks in iRacing, and that'll put the cat amongst the pigeons at that point.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a disaster though.
It will. It'll be fun. It'll be hectic for a race control, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I love simulation games in the wet. I've always loved the opportunities I've had in racing cars over the years and karts, it's always been amazing to be in the rain. I love it. It puts the skill level in another bracket.
That is true. But what's gonna be disaster is how you get the strategy to change tires at the right times. It's not always gonna be a full wet race, for example. We know that.
I think the interesting corners, I think, on the first couple of laps here is certainly going to be the exit of lap 1. Sorry, the last exit on the end of lap 1 with cold tyres. I think we're going to see a few people spinning out. I think it could get a little bit messy there and back the pack up. So, yeah, hopefully we won't need to send a pace car out. But there's certainly going to be some interesting corners on the first lap here.
Leader to make sure they leave the appropriate 5-second gap
Okay, Gavin, go.
to the
We are
lap
just
of
preparing
the
for grid.
LMDHs.
Alright, we should be back. So we go for the gridding right now.
As a reminder, you do not start on the green flag. Start is only in the start zone when the leader goes in the start zone.
The drivers are
So
just
you
being
do not
briefed
go
as
on
to
the
the
green flag.
start zone at the moment.
Both GT3 and Hypercar in this case.
15 seconds and we'll be the
All
wheels
right.
will be rolling.
So, first place is of Eloy Caballero, Matis Wigton in P2, Alvaro Gutierrez in P3, Daniel Sergio in P4, Sebastian Houtgraaf in P5, Tommy Patero P6, Juancho Oval in P7, João Dias in P8, Ricardo Tallin in P9, Robin Dudamel in P10, Marco Pavone in P11, Carlos Ponce in P12, Hector Colazo in P13, Garrett Spence in P14, Stefano Bebesi in P15. Just a moment. There is starting. There we go. Danny Rock in P16. Oh, there are so many names. Freak Smith in P17, Kevin Gavin in P18, Filippo Giovanni in P19, Padolfo in P20, P21 Fury Path, Daniel Carvalho in P22, P24 Shani Sijawa. And they are really gonna start, so I cannot really do all the names. So many names today.
Yeah, we're on the warm-up. We're a couple of corners away from it.
There we go, and there's the GTP starts. Oh, look at how much of the GTPs are there. And Eloy Caballero makes it safely. Ooh, there's a contact.
There's a bit of a mix-up there. One toe went a bit close to the outside, and someone got caught out on his way back in. I think it was how that went, Diaz that went off there. We've got another spinner as well with him. Let's have a look. It looks like Stefano, I think it was. And Stefano's gone again. That's 2 spins for Stefano there, so he's dropping right to the back. And then let's try and jump in at the GT3s and see where we are with those. So at the moment it's a clean getaway for the GT3s. We've got two meatballs already.
There was a stop GTP here, and we also see some little contact. Ooh! Some people do use the runoff. That was a really unsafe entry though from what is the Porsche of Daniel Maggioni.
Yeah.
So I just might want to look at that. Still a lot of going on here on the back. There's also a GTP coming in the middle. But let's see what's happening. Meanwhile, to see it's all single file now here with the GTPs, so they are keeping it really safely. Except for Free Smig just had a slowdown, I think. But everyone's still keeping it the distance between themselves. Meanwhile, the GT3 here receives the Sebastian van der Heuvel just going outside of the track. Right behind him, there was Daniel Maggioni. So 2 teammates now here, almost crossed with each other. The
another incident.
There's a lot of incidents to investigate. A big rate to investigate. Oh, that's the Mercedes of Antonio Vitozzi.
And Matteo, I think there.
Can you look at my lap 1?
Yep, I think we've got an incident there with Matteo and Anthony as well, which we'll see if we can see something of that in a second.
Oh, that's
he's dropping down the field.
That was the Cadillac of a Portuguese driver, Daniel Carvalho. I think he even hit another GT3 driver. He needs to be careful with the traffic. They're all still racing. It's lap 1. they don't really want to give out their position just because of a slow GTP.
That was a big hit. So we had there, unfortunately, Ricardo Riva hitting a stationary Mercedes and having to tow to the pit there, unfortunate. Completely unsighted with the car in front of him. Let's catch back up with some of the front, see where Roop's up to. So Roop at the moment is nearly a 1 second lead over Alessandro, and he's racing a nice steady race there. And we've got Ruben Stegman there coming up into P4 from the AM class with Stefano behind him. So a couple of AMs performing exceedingly well there. At the moment in the GT3 class, there's only a couple of seconds split in the top 5. A few issues going on with my timing charts there with the GTP class, but it's let's see if we can get some inters on that one, because that's messing me around.
Something just went off between Alberto Broca and oops. Oh, there we go. Oh, there wasn't much space there. There's a crash between these two drivers here. So while we go live again, I think there's another crash here. It's a lot of happening here. There's still, everyone's still close together, so there is crash happening. But let's see this one.
We've had another incident there come in as well with Pandolf and Sean.
Why is it? Oh, here we go. This is the button I wanted. It was for some reason it was on slow motion, but now it should be good. So Sean Diaz just had an accident. Let's see what happened here. I think it was just loss of control. Ooh. It's unfortunate for him. He was actually keeping good pace with the other cars ahead of him. As we return now to P2 of the GT3 class. Trying to catch Rupert, but still got a pretty good distance from the car behind. As we see here on the intervals.
We've got a 143.3 there sent by Eloy out front in the GTPs. That's an electric pace for early on with the weight of the fuel in there. That's a seriously quick lap. So it'll be interesting to see when they break the 142s. That certainly kept the race control busy. That has that first couple of opening laps. There was one incident there, I think, that we may be able to get to see in a little while, from involved Pandolf, and he caught the curb at the exit of the last turn, and it bumped his car straight into the side. I think it was Rico. I'm not 100% sure, but it destroyed his car, and I think he's had to pit as well. So lots and lots of different little incidents, but race control will be busy clicking away at the moment. So on board with Daniel at the moment.
Ooh, that was wide. Might have lost some distance here from Sophia.
Yeah, certainly.
As you now see here in P5, Stefan Albanese really close to Leon Ellerwood. Two Porsche drivers here. Actually, a lot of the AM drivers use Porsche, and a lot of the pros use Ferraris.
He's just got him. Leon outbraked himself coming into that corner.
Yeah, he did. Let's see if he can keep it up for later.
The Porsche is certainly a popular car in the GT3s at the moment. It is very steady.
Yeah, even the leader is on a Porsche. Compared to the other Italians, they are all Ferraris, but it just might be the Italian pride, you know?
Yeah, definitely. The prancing horse takes precedence there. Definitely.
Yeah. Ooh, this little battle here between Carlos Pons and Hector Palazzo.
Now is he going to catch him on the brakes?
Nah,
I don't think he's close enough.
No, he distanced himself from the car, but there's still a way to get him here if you do a little switchback.
Yeah. if he gets the exit of that corner right. No, he's dropped a little bit coming through those first few corners there. I don't think he's going to get enough draft down that straight to go late. He's going to have to sit there.
But they're already approaching a GT3 car here, so it's going to be crucial on where you place yourself, and they still keep close to each other, so it was a nice overtake.
It was.
Let's see the map
Nice.
here, if there's too many GT3s coming in. Seems like it. All of them seems to be around after Corps and Magnussen Beckett.
Yep. I think the lead cars are pretty safe there at the moment. They're going to catch him with a nice bit of straight. Oh, he got him on the wrong side there. Oh no, he's going to switch back. Down now into Stowe. Oh, slightly unsighted there, going into that braking zone. And a nice battle that is at the moment there, definitely.
So Repath just got really close down to them, and it's already attempting an overtake from the inside, but gets the outside of the next corner, so
yeah,
might have been a lost cause here, but that makes Carlos bounce a bit distant from each other. But no, Sophia Repath still gets the position ahead of Active.
I think Sophia there had the better acceleration out because she was wide in that last corner. If you come too narrow into the exit of that last corner, you lose your exit speed massively, and I think that's what kept Sophia ahead.
So something happened that made Eloy lose his lead. What happened here? So around the corner.
Did he just lose it on braking here, I think?
I think he did that. Ooh!
Yeah, he did, yeah, look at that. Silly mistake, that.
Yeah, the front wing of that Ferrari is off, but I'm surprised how Eloy can keep it going.
It doesn't look like he's picked up too much damage either.
No, he's actually even catching P1 again. I guess he got unlucky, Matisse with the traffic, and already super close to him. Look at that, look at how close to each other.
Yeah, that traffic's helped out Eloy coming back there. Oh, and Matthias had to go wide there. Silverstone is certainly a great track for multi-class. Yeah, it has some great straights in there, but its technical corners is just wonderful to watch when you're in multi-class and you're trying to negotiate traffic. It makes such great viewing. It really does.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I think Matthijs there has just pulled a little bit out on Eloy now. I think the traffic played into his hands a little bit coming out that last corner. But I certainly think the race is on.
I still have one fast repair at least if something happens. So just see keep going. If there's now too much damage, that needs to be repaired, of course. Oh, Robin Dunhamel just crashed. This is what happened. He was right behind it, so I did notice almost hitting Sebastian. Just stays on the inside. Does he clip too much? Oh yeah, he corners too tight, but still keeps going. He didn't hit the 12, so thankful for him, he can keep going.
There was another incident there, flag up between. Yeah, I think Garrett there and somebody else.
Race control, take a look at my lap.
That was interesting.
Yes.
We're still looking at lap 1, but we'll get to everything.
Stewards are still looking at lap 1. Oh yeah, they lost the rear wing, so they couldn't get any downforce. This is like the Peugeot hypercar.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Except doesn't have any ground effect, so it's just bad.
No more downforce. I think that's going to be a very tricky race there without a repair to continue there for Garrett. Yeah, no rear wing. Well, a little bit of muscling going on in there in the corner of the GT3s. That's Sophia needs to be a bit careful there. That was a bit of a lunge.
Yeah.
GT3 I think has the right to be a bit angry with that one. He's a bit further down the field here, so we've got Sean cutting through the GT3s, making good headway back up there. Oh, there's a little bit there's some elbows coming out now between the two classes, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm noticing. Still need to be, you know, strategic on when to overtake the slower class cars. Even if you're not the fastest on the class, you know, it might just be another situation. But if you have two teammates here, Oshan, Nishizaka, and Freak Smith right behind, drives a wildfire racing.
Oh dear, we got caught there. Unfortunately, Sean there got caught with one of the BMWs being slower out the corner, and then that caused him to lose the rear end, and then he got hit. And unfortunately for Sean there, that's going to be difficult to recover from. Not much anybody. Oh, and there's another spinner as well, and that I've just seen come up on the screen. I think Pandolf's gone again on the pit straight, so we'll see that hopefully in a second as well. But yeah, there's not much he could really do there. And that's the difficulty of weaving through some of the multi-class drivers. Sometimes it's you've just got to be so careful in the slow
It
corners.
requires respect from both classes as well. Oh, it's an overtake here attempt.
Oh, he's got it, he's kept it, Hector's kept ahead. Yeah, and he's got the drive, but he could get it. Oh, he lost the back a little bit on the acceleration.
Incident regarding 963 and 43 on that.
Is he gonna attempt to overtake it now? Maybe it goes already on the inside? No, I think he's just gonna keep it this. Yeah, he's gonna keep it this, but let's see what that accident was all about. So he stays here on the outside. They both are on the outside of the track, by the way. Oh,
that's, yeah, I think, I don't know there, that for Brocker that was a little bit unfortunate. I think Brocker doesn't realise how close he was to the car, and he was trying to come back onto the track, and I think the GTP was struggling to get the grip on, and the two of them have come together with a little bit of iRacing magic there.
iRacing magic, that's a nice way to say it.
But it's certainly incident packed. I've got to feel sorry for the guys in the stewarding booth today. I've you know, took the walk down the pit lane to join you in the tower. Otherwise, I would have been caught up in this as well. So I'm not going to complain today.
Yeah. Still investigating lap 1 incidents, by the way.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, they're going to be busy all night. I think this is crazy. They're going to be here till I think about 10:30 going through stuff. Oh no, we've hit a lap 6 incident. We've finally noticed one.
This is the destroyed front of the Mercedes, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Still kept going though, so good for him.
Yeah, it doesn't look too healthy that. I mean, he's got no bumper there. I mean, it would be doing the engine cool in a world. He can certainly turn his power up on his engine, but unfortunately he's not going to make it stick very much.
No, but look, it's not losing that much speed on the straight.
Is that's our Neil's, isn't it, as well, that one?
The car behind? Yeah, it is Niels.
Yeah. And he's catching, he's
catching, yeah. Can you do it? Look at that, he's already on the inside for the next corner.
He's got the inside.
Oh, wait a minute, there's a GTP trying to overtake as well. But look at that.
That was nice and clean, That's where he's going to lose out though in the fast corners, I think.
Yeah, it's not over here.
You can see that, yeah.
Oh, don't hit it, don't hit it! Oh!
That was close, that was great braking, that was. Oh, but I'll tell you what though, Sarah's just caught the curb. She's kept the paddle down, thankfully, because I think Niels could have come back at her a little bit. He's got the toe. That's going to help him, but he's got to... Look at his oversteer. See how he's losing them in the fast corners? He's just... he just can't get the grip.
You really got to fight the car more than you used to now. But at least he still managed to not have a meatball flag and still keep going until he pits and repairs that damage.
Yeah, definitely. So up in the pro class though, there, I'm looking at the timing sheets there. Rube's now pulled out 2.5 seconds on Alessandro. So Rube's a little bit of a runaway victor in that GT3 class at the moment. Kevin's stable there in 8th and doing well. And we've got Seb in 5th, so a good showing there from the ASR boys. But yeah, I think the classification of Rubens as an amateur, I think we'll need to put under Stewart's review there with a 5-second lead in the amateur class.
That's true.
Race control, can you check Maggot de Chapelle lap 8 and last corner lap 8, please?
So it's asking for race control to check a little incident there. But yeah, these are some gaps, that's for sure, between the two classes even.
Definitely. It's I mean, it's interesting to see the whenever you do a split class between pro and am, I think it's always very difficult to classify, but I think the balance of it on a rule wasn't too bad. I think we're about to see an incident there between one of the am drivers and the GTP class. It looks like there's just been a little bit of a connection somewhere, so that'll be interesting to see if that shows up.
Incident with Alberto. Hey!
Oh,
That is a bit too, how do you say, a bit too aggressive on the overtake already, you know?
yeah. I think that needs to be a investigation for sure. I'm not too sure whether he picked up damage as well, because he towed straight away.
Yeah, that's why I found it weird.
I wonder if he picked up a little bit of a little bit more damage than they needed to on the front wheel there, because that was a very odd tow to the pits. That.
With the Porsche already catching up the Ford GT of Sebastian Van Heven. Both GT3 Pro drivers. Interesting to see that the Ford is on competitive on the Pro class.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing, Paolo. There, in that I was shocked to see the Fords on the timing sheet. From the few little tests I've been in this season, or few races I've been in the GT3s, the Ford is still really not a popular run car. Lovely to look at, but it's not overly competitive towards the the higher I-rating drivers. So it was interesting to see the choices of that.
Okay, so there is something happening here between these two GTP drivers. Look at how close they are to each other.
Yeah. 3/10, just under 3/10 there. Coming into a nice group of GT3 Pro and Ams.
Eloy Caballero, who had previously the lead as well, is now losing it to P2. He's out losing it P3. Oh, that Mercedes, honestly. He brakes so well and so close. And now can he actually do it?
Oh, he clipped him as well, I think, a little bit there on the exit there from Niels.
Yeah, Niels. Where is Niels? There we go. Niels is really trying it with that broken front of the Mercedes.
It's a shame because you see him going into those fast corners and you just look at the front tyres just not getting the grip. And it's such a shame.
Sebastian, oh no! Our favorite Ford GT driver!
What happened here then? He must have caught him on entry, surely.
It's the balance, isn't it? Oh no! Almost touched the Porsche. Oh,
I think he accelerated there and had to drop the acceleration because of the car in front, and I think that's just lost the grip to the rear. That's unlucky there for Seb.
Yeah, fortunately he's gonna lose a bit of positions there. Still fighting here between Alvaro Gutierrez and Tommy Patero. Actually, he's not even catching Eloy now. Or was it Eloy that was still 2 seconds off? Okay.
Eloy's just I don't know whether Mateus has just had a slight incident or got caught in traffic, but Eloy there has picked up 1.4 seconds in the last lap.
Yeah.
But I
Carlos
think,
Pons here. Portugal versus Spain here.
Oh, there's someone gone in front there as well. Oh, they've gone off track. Oh, whoa, there's two of them went. Oof.
That was close, that was close. We will see the accident in a bit. Actually, right now. Since they got distance between themselves, so... What happened
I
here?
think one of them... I think one was on exit of the corner. I think he's just put the power down too quick. Oh no, that's okay. That's the clip. Oh no, there, look at that.
That was definitely not Michael's fault. But let's go.
No.
So we're trying to overtake Filippo. And I think she did. Yeah, she did.
Has Sophia pitted? I think Sevilla must have just pitted.
We will see now. Who has pitted? Sophia has pitted, yep.
Yeah, I thought she had because she dropped down quite a bit there. So you should see her pick a few places back up in the next couple of laps. With looks like there's a lot of people pitting quite right at this moment. So
I think it is a 2 pit stop race. Because there's still about 45 minutes. No, bad maths. 45 minutes of racing remain. I don't think it's a full tank. Clipped a bit of grass.
Yeah, just put the front tyre there on the just over the curb, and that threw the car right round on him.
Ruben here still.
They're back to Ruben, yeah.
Still leading on the AM class.
Yeah, so running fourth overall. So just coming in for the first pit. I think he's got comfort unless he makes a mistake there. I think it's going to be hard to knock Ruben off that lead position. Looking at the gaps.
Sebastian went to the pits. We see also the Porsche there of Matteo.
Was that Robin? I think it was Robin coming in the pits there. They've got the same. They're running the same team livery, aren't they?
Yeah. That is Robin. Yeah, it could be Robin because I think Matteo is on the GT3 class and he's like 5th position. 5th, yeah. He is here.
Yeah.
He's still on the BMW. Yeah, my bad. So, what do you think? Have they finally resolved all the steward booth? Have they also finally resolved all the incidents that happened on those first laps?
Yeah, I think we're up to lap 8 by the looks of it, so I think they're gradually getting through it.
If you look at my lap, turn 3, 6, 7, or 8.
It's going really slow, isn't it, Thomas?
Oh, yeah, he must have a problem with his car there. Has he run out of fuel?
Not sure, but he thought so. He's back.
Big incident on turn 3, either 6, 7, or 8, and then a couple laps later, another incident on the same spot.
Seems like all of the GT3 AM drivers have pitted already. How about the pros? Pros as well have pitted. In fact, Alberto has pitted twice. The GTPs are coming out to the pit now. The remaining ones at least. Probably still a lot more left to go pit. Right.
Oh, Eloy's in lap there was half a second quicker than Matei, so I think it'll be interesting to see how they come out the pits as to whether Eloy can get a good stop and what the interval will be on the exit.
I'm seeing that Daniel though is quickly approaching, and still Eloy is stopped. We see Matti's car just dropped, so I think he's done. So they are changing tires as well, it seems.
They are, yep.
That is Daniel.
Daniel
getting in P2. Can he get a P1? Apparently no, he's right behind him.
He's just behind him. No, that's an interesting jump there by Daniel. So he must have had a great outlap to have pulled that time in on Eloy. Eloy seems like he's dropped. No, it's 5 seconds. So he did gain. Eloy did gain on Matai just coming in. But Daniel found a lot of time there. So it'll be interesting to see whether he's. I can't believe he would have splashed and dashed. I really can't. Yep, so we are officially up to lap 6 incidents in race control. So we've got a little way to go, but we're getting there. But we're getting there slowly.
Seems like Leon is crying on the chat. I wonder what happened to him. I don't see any incidents. Where is Leon van der Hilve? Leon Ellevoet. Okay, there he is. So that was his Porsche broken on the road. That's why we were seeing that Porsche there. Daniel Carvalho here. I think he was not the last place of the GTPs, but he managed to recover somewhat. I think he started from the pits. This is a tricky corner. Yeah, it is. Oh, we hit the wall completely.
He's hit the wall as well. Ouch. Not good. Yeah, that's your race done when you hit the wall on the exit of that place because the speed just rips it apart.
And he already pitted, so it's gonna be unfortunate. So, speaking of GT3 Pro drivers and GT3 AM balance, I think Kevin Sam should be on an amateur, right?
Well, I think I can't understand how he made pro at all. I really can't.
Well, since it is based on iRating, it is based on your overall rating, you know? It doesn't mean that he's good with GT3s. He said himself that he's not exactly... He doesn't drive a GT3 car, so... But there will be an update soon to our racing that will separate iRatings based on type of car. I think it's gonna be like formulas and tin tops.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that because I might be like a 4K driver on open wheels, but I'm like 1.5K driver on GT3.
Yeah, and I'm kind of the opposite. I first started my early racing days when I was very young. I was a single seater driver. I was a kart and single seat driver. So, but when I got into sim racing, I was Formula 3, Formula 1 style. But then I found the GT3 and touring car classes. So for me, I'm the opposite. I'm useless in an open single seater, but I'm quite quick in a road car. So yeah, I'll welcome the same element.
You see now that
issued at the moment.
Niels finally fixed his car, so now he can actually gain some speed. Look at that. Is he gonna overtake it?
Yeah, he's gonna go.
But look, Sarah Schmidt is also going to try it on the inside. And they both get through now. Sarah Schmidt is now fighting Niels, but this time on the back, now trying to catch Niels with a fixed car. Now he can finally do those fast corners properly. It's going to be a good, exciting race till the end for them. It's still halfway through. We had 41 minutes out of 60 minutes. Full hour of racing.
Yeah, there's quite a few penalties being issued now. I think we're up to lap 14 now on incidents. So we're certainly catching back up at race control. But there's quite a few 5-second penalties gone out there for the first few laps. So some of those timing changes at the checkered flag will inevitably show some different results. But this is certainly a close race at certain points of the track. There's some excellent. Oh, he's just dropped that wide.
They touched them.
There's going to be the GT3 there. That was a little bit aggressive on the process because in theory he lost his position because of the GT3, but he kept us. Oh, he's got him back though. He had a bad exit. Stefano had a bad exit there. Oh no, he's dropped it on the accelerator. He's caught it though, he's kept going.
That's fantastic for him though. he managed to keep it off the wall, so he can still keep going on the race. Meanwhile, still a lot of battles here from GTPs here. We have these two, I mean, now they have a slower class car ahead of them. They still keep a good distance between each other.
Yeah.
We have, on the GT3 side, we have Afonso Queiroz, Marco Cappuccini,
Just looking, just quickly,
Capizzoni.
I'm quickly looking back there at the leader of the GTP on the timing board. Eloy's pulled Daniel and Matai back in, and there's only 2.6 now separating the top three there. And actually, Alvaro is just kind of behind that group. So, if he closes that gap and a few mistakes, it could pull Alvaro into the equation as well. So interesting at the front of the GTPs there, definitely.
We are seeing them right behind them, so it was between these GT3 cars, but now we pass on to the GTPs and...
Sophie's going for it.
No, that's not Sophie, that's Daniel. Sophie is behind.
Daniel, sorry, miles away. And that's the... Oh,
it's the same livery.
Yeah. I was in the wrong timing sheet there, sorry. I was kind of like, wow, that's cool. So Daniel took the lead. I mean, and those are doing that in that corner. He pulled half a second as well. So great move there by Daniel. Very well timed. And he's going to hope to try and put some air now in between himself and Matai, because Eloy has managed to pull that gap down and is continuing to. That's going to be close to 2 seconds by the end of this lap. So, yeah, the front of the GTPs is certainly exciting. And what's interesting as well is...
Eloy just murdered that GTP there. He went for a space that doesn't really... Yeah, that was not space for that GTP.
There.
Yeah.
I think that's certainly going to get looked at there. I was just going to say, what's really interesting as well is Stefano Gattuso has just reeled in Ruben down to 2 seconds. So Ruben must have had an issue somewhere, because I think just before the pit stops he had a 7.5 second lead. So I don't know where 5 seconds has gone there.
Let's see the overtake on Sophia. Oh, he went really wide once. So.
Yeah.
And now we see that little incident that happened here. What? Yeah, come on. That is...
yeah, that's naughty, that.
Yeah. That is not a move you can do. That is completely illegal and they should be penalized.
And it's a bit of a silly move. I get that you're fighting for the lead and defending that position. Or the lead group, but it's suicidal, because you do that kind of a mistake, you're going to receive a penalty.
Yeah.
So if it finishes close at the end, you're going to lose the good work you've put in. So there was no need for that, really. It was a little bit silly.
Completely unnecessary. It just ruins your own race for doing that. You gotta be respectful to everyone. Everyone's on their own race, and just doing something like that. Doing something like that, yeah, just ruins your own race. So. Congrats, Eloy. You're not going to get a penalty for that for sure.
I think he's just been given a 10-second penalty. I think it's just come up straight away. I don't think the stewards had much of a decision make on that one, unfortunately. That would have been a quick decision.
It was just there, but another incident just appeared. But yeah, it is 10 seconds for Eloy, which will put him about 4 cars, about P7.
Yep.
So we're not even talking about, well, the leader of the GT3s in general, since it's just the GT3 Pro, but he's running a fantastic race, just on his own, not committing any mistakes. Rupi is just going on his track like it's a field day.
Well, I mean, Rupe had a great season last season in the sports cars as well, and it's a shame because this year we don't have Yoni, and that was a late break there into the back of them, unfortunately there. So potentially another 5-second penalty coming their way. for causing a collision. And they reset. I thought they were going to reset to the pits there, but
No, but there is
are
another
they?
crash that's gonna happen in a few seconds, which I'm curious to see what. Is it an unsafe
Oh, no.
entry? Oh no. Is it an unsafe entry? Come on.
No, I think he's doing that. He's okay there because the cars will be going right, won't they, for the exit? So I think that was quite a safe position to rejoin there. I think he made a good decision.
It was, yeah, I agree. It just looked like there was another crash, but no, it was just him being stopped. So yeah, Rupert, just amazing race all around. I see Kevin Stem is pitting again, though. I fear that soon we're gonna get the second wave of pit stops. What do you think?
Yeah, I certainly think from the GT3s, the GT3s are going to want to be trying to run as light as possible. So I think they're going to try and get in to finish the race a little bit further down the road. So I think Kevin's maybe a couple of laps early for me, but it will depend on what fuel he took in on that first pit stop. He may have tried to run a shorter middle stint to try and get a gap in traffic.
Oh!
Oh, he's got hit from behind. That's
that-
another GTP.
Was that Eloy?
Not
No, it was
sure.
Carlos
I
Ponce.
think it was.
No, it was
and then
Carlos.
it's not a safe rejoin. So Alfonso there might get a bit of a reprimand or penalty for the rejoin, but I think you could be seeing Eloy get a penalty here.
It was Carlos Ponce that completely forgot how to brake. Oh, come on.
Yeah, he's got no right to that corner there. Very
This team-
stupid there by
This team
Eli.
needs to learn how to
and,
multi-class.
Yeah, because it.
Was that Eloy? Was that Eloy that caused that crash? I don't think that was it?
It was Carlos Ponce. It was the teammate of his. So far, what I've from out seen is Alvaro Gutierrez
I
has
think
been
that
the
was,
cleanest.
Carlos, wasn't it not?
It was Carlos, yeah. Carlos, I see here he hasn't even done a single off track. If that's true, like he's being really. If he just drives it really
mouse
smart, really
efficiency,
careful,
because it
he
seems
can
to
still
disappear.
gain a podium like this. Alright. And now there's actually a pretty good distance between all the
just quickly
drivers.
to see who that was, but so it was, yeah. So I was sorry, it wasn't Eli caused that crash.
I
It
told
was
you.
actually Carlos Ponce.
Yeah, that's
So,
what I said. Are you not hearing?
Carlos, unfortunately, there will be getting a 10-second penalty coming his way for knocking Alfonso off the track. A very stupid lunge on a slow corner. And he's going to lose what time he would have gained by losing that 10 seconds. So, and some. So, yeah, very silly move there by Carlos.
Steve, can you hear me?
So right now we're back on P10 on GT3s in the pro side. So, not too sure at the moment whether that's a race for position. It could well be, but it's borderline, unfortunately, for iRacing timings on the laps. So, but now, we've got GTPs going every side of the track there, going right around everybody. So I think we've got the lead cars coming round. But he's
Hello,
done a
Steve.
great job there as Thomas to survive that, and and lots of respect there to the GTP drivers that followed them through, because it would have been all too easy to have spent a lunge in there and caused yet another incident. But yeah, nice respect shown there through those last few corners. But Thomas also showing nice respect though there from the GT3s, and keeping his line when he needs to show a firm hand, but also making the space for them to get away down the straight. So certainly collectively worth their weight in gold. So we've been quite incident free apart from the Carlos Ponce incident back there. So lots of 1X is still coming up on the board. So looking at the race control stats, guys, we're looking at 671 incidents from the start of the race, which seems very high, and to be fair it is, but with 50 cars on the track and effectively 3 classes, I think we're always going to see a high incident count. So overall, apart from the first few laps, I think it's been a very good, clean race from a multi-class perspective. So it's always different to be commentating and refereeing the situation compared to when you're out on the racetrack and making last-minute decisions to dive in and out. So quickly looking here with this is one of the closest battles on the track presently between Andrea and Nicolo. So 2/10, or just borderline 3/10. It was down to just under 2/10 with the last few corners, but the draft will close that right coming back into Stowe. So it'll be interesting to see where they go. So there's the leaders coming in for the pits. So we've got Daniel in at the moment, and remembering Daniel will have a 10-second penalty at the end. Let's see what the pits come out at. So Daniel's still sitting there.
Steve?
Oh. We're jumping around a bit over there. So back with Roop now, guys. A little bit laggy there at the moment. I'm going to catch the race in a little bit. So Roop is running away. I mean, it's a very consistency. Oh, one of the Red Bull GTP classes there just decided they've got to be getting a slowdown for that, surely. They missed a good 3/4 of that corner coming off. I cannot believe they're not going to get a slowdown through there. But Roop has so far, commentators curse and everything, driven an absolutely perfect race. Stayed out of trouble with the GTPs, been quick, consistent, smooth and everything. So yeah, well raced there for Roop so far. And the battle going down into GT3 AM class there between Ruben and Stefano. Stefano's gap has grown a little bit now, so that's gone back from, I think he got it down to about 2.5 seconds, back to 1.2. But at one point that was sitting at 7.5 seconds, so that's going to be mightily interesting to see why Ruben's lost 5 seconds, but he's gaining it back. And it's awesome to see Niels there as well. Niels is up to 4th in the GT3 AM class, so one of the anti-stall racing team guys there doing well in the GT3 AMs. That's always good to see. And Kevin driving a steady 7th there in the pro class.
Right, 15 minutes to go and there's still a lot of battles going on. GTP class actually has a good distance between yourselves, but here's on the GT3s now being more respectful on this part of the race, but it's interesting to see. Oh no, actually, just some accident just happened there with Sir Schmidt. Wonder what that was. That could have been, yeah, it was on all by herself, unfortunately. But with no damage and a safe return, it was fine.
Okay. Hi Paolo, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we could always hear you, just couldn't hear me.
I have no idea. Apologies there, guys. My output device changed. I thought Paolo had taken a quick gentleman's break there, so I kept the commentary going while I thought he wasn't talking. So anyway, yeah, I'm back. I have no idea what happened there. That was very strange, but yeah, there was a nice little battle going on there between 3rd and 4th that we were watching. I was quite interested with that, but Ruben has yet to pit by the looks of it as well, so it's all to go at the front, because I think didn't we see Daniel come in for a pit stop back there, didn't we, Paolo?
Daniel was the first one to go to the pits, yeah. And now he is placed in P6.
Oh,
but he has Sebastian right behind too. Sebastian,
yeah, very close as well.
Is the same teammate as Matis, which is currently in the lead.
Yeah, so if if Sebastian can get in the front of him there, he could play the team game and buy Matisse them time to step up the lead.
Ooh, lost a bit of time stepping on that gravel. The gravel now does stop you quite a lot compared to before, so you can't just ride the gravel as if it was a regular road.
Yeah, that's certainly a nice little add-on, or tweak, I should say, that iRacing have done, because we saw a lot of it, didn't we, in one of the 24 hours at Spa, where the off-tracks were being exploited a little bit, to say the least, to cool tyres down and other things. So it's nice to see that impact, I think.
Yeah, but that's grass, not gravel. Grass is still kind of broken. We have actually seen some interesting moves on braking while on the grass, but gravel, it actually stops. It's like it's like dunes, basically. Yeah. It's not just a flat surface. So we see now more drivers here.
Yep.
Hitting. From the GT3 side, we still have plenty of other drivers that need to pit, especially top four.
Top four, yep. Top four is still to pit, which makes it interesting.
Where's our Ford GT driver, Sebastian Van?
Yeah, I was just saying there, it's quite interesting because Niels is now, I know he's got a pit yet, but he was up to fourth there before the pit stop. So it'd be interesting to see how it pans out from Niels down there, with Kevin then running in seventh and Seb running in sixth. So I mean, there's a good 18 seconds between Seb and Kev, but yeah, it'd be nice to see them have a little bit of a on-track battle.
Want to see something interesting?
Let's go.
Look how fast he is going! Wow.
Slight speed, that is. Is that a boost button that they've got now? Is that a new add-on to iRacing?
That's a little fun. But yeah, he is now pitting, of course.
Yep. Has Kevin followed him in? I'm not too sure there whether he did or he didn't. But
even the top four of the GT3 class has pitted, so it's just the GTP that's remaining here.
So Daniel's cleared that gap. I think because it looks like Matisse's teammate pitted there, so what are we talking, 26 seconds to the lead. He could, well, you know what, depending on how far Matisse runs with this, is going to depend on whether, at the moment, if Matisse pits this lap, I've got a feeling Daniel's going to get the lead.
Ooh, that's an off-track for sure. If he said about the pit, yeah. So they still need to pit, and that's like what? Where's Daniel? If we see the gap here, it is 26 seconds, which I don't think they need to pit too much for fuel round.
I think isn't it for a short fuel stop? I think it's about 25 seconds from pit entry to exit. So it's going to be very, very close. Daniel's put in some, I'm just looking at the timing charts there, and Daniel's put in some quite quick lap times in the last few laps. I mean, he's set the fastest lap there
compare here.
by 2 tenths. And his last lap he was nearly a second quicker than Matisse. Matisse and Eloy have just put in some 1:43.8s. But Daniel's setting consistently 1:43 4s and 5s. So, there was a quick lap there from Alvaro though at 1:42.8. So that's the times are coming down.
Yes, they are.
And they're staying out. It's going to be, the longer they stay out, the quicker this pit stop's going to be. So I don't see any of them have done any fuel savings. So I'm shocked by how far in Matisse and Eloy are running. And it's only the two lead cars now that are left to pit, so... I'm just checking the timings again. I know because of traffic there, Daniel Matisse was 7/10 quicker, and Eloy was 6/10 quicker.
You can see here the lap times again. Sergio is losing some time though, and less lap at least, which is something he doesn't need to do. Mattis and Eloy now pits for 7 minutes, by the way.
Wow.
Which now I think maybe Daniel got the better strategy in pitting at the time that he did.
In the car. Yeah, I think he did. I think that was. I think that's why I said. I think he got a good track position from his pit stop as well. So it was a very clever strategy from him. So let's just see where he comes out very quickly.
Just see by class. Let's check by class.
Oh, he's on pit exit, so he's not going to get first. Is he going to get? No, I don't think he is. I think it's going to be closer though.
There's Eloy and there's Mattis as well in front, so he will stay in P3. He needs pure pace in this last couple of minutes to get these two drivers. Eloy, of course, already has a penalty, so it's a P2 guaranteed, but can he get a P1? And now we see Eloy just got a crash. Eloy, no, Carlos Ponce, I mean. Was it just an overtake that was a bit too...
Yeah, he's hit that.
No, actually.
He's hit the brakes because of the BMW, I think, there and spun it, so.
At least this time there was no accidents. There was actually avoiding an accident, so good for him. Fortunately for him, he did lose some positions. Daniel now super close to Eloy. And then Daniel needs 3 seconds. Has to catch 3 seconds for the race end. Look at that. He's still on the inside here on the next corner. He is ahead and stays ahead. 3.1 seconds now to catch the leader of the GTP class. Meanwhile, we can see on the other classes, Ruben 9 seconds ahead of P2. Ruben 6 seconds ahead, and then these two, Ruben Stefano is 28 seconds ahead of the other AM class driver. Let's just real quick see where these drivers are positioned by class.
Sorry, Kevin, was a bit too close.
Oh, there we go. So, basically, top 5 is the pro drivers. The other two being AM drivers, so it's not too bad in terms of balance. Especially when it's just two drivers that are much ahead of the others. Sean D is now still catching up to P8, half a second behind of the only accurate driver here on today's race. Now he's going for it on the inside. Oh, they touch a bit. But Joe is not giving up the position. He stays on the inside and managed to finally pass Tommy. Let's go back to the top 3 now. Ella is still half a second behind Daniel, and meanwhile Daniel 2.7 seconds, a gap to Mattis. He's gonna try to get that race win as much as possible. still some fantastic racing. A lot of action on this Silverstone circuit of today's race. And a really good start for our anti-stall racing IMSA series. Hope you all have been enjoying it so far, but of course it's not over yet. We can still see Daniel catching up to the leader now, 1.8 seconds. You can see it in the distance. You think Matthews just lost a bit of time from that Porsche traffic, and now he's going to lose a bit more time on the other car that's ahead of him. 1.3 seconds. Gap is getting extremely close now. He gets to go around Matteo. Down to 1 second. 2 minutes to go. I think it's still gonna be an extra lap. Actually, no, it's gonna end on the next lap. That's how it is. 1.1 seconds to catch in a single lap. Can he do it? Meanwhile, other gaps we see here. Antonio Pitotti going to pass Daniel Maggioni, and he does. Mercedes gets ahead of the Porsche driver and jumps up to P8 of the GT3 Pros. The battle to the lead of GTP class, though, the distance has been getting a bit bigger. It is still not a white flag. Forgot there was still more time after the green started about 2 minutes in. So you do have an extra lap after this one. There's still chance, and there's 7/10 behind Matthews.
Please take my first corner in black.
This is as close as he's gotten so far for the race win. He has been leading previously, Daniel, but it is a strategy play. It is when you pit, that's also the strategy. Ooh, lost a bit of time on that exit. Unfortunate for him. All the top 5 drivers here being Cadillacs. You can see him really close by. He just needs to get a bit close for that slipstream. This probably is gonna already start pushing it with the energy of the hybrid. Oh, he goes off track though. Getting a bit oversteery there on that corner. But it is actually the checkered flag. It is the checkered flag. Didn't get a warning of the white flag, but it is the end for this race. And Mattis wins the first race on the Anti-Star Racing IMSA series. I think it's his first win on the ASR races. Daniel Sergio gets in P3. Eloy Caballero finished in P3, but he will get a 10-second penalty, dropping him a few places. Meanwhile, there are some other classes racing here. We have Rupe on the GT3s on the last sector here. Just a couple corners left, and he wins the first race of the Anti-Star Racing IMSA Season 3 race, after he's done a really brilliant job on the sports car series. Crosses the line in the first race in P1 with an 8-second gap to the car ahead behind him. That's Carlos Boza in P2, Alessandro Porti in P3, and now we get 3AM also on the last sector here. And this is to win it on the first race. There's a penalty for number 10, which is who failed to Pandolf Caprino. He was in the GTP class, but still got a respect to yellow. Unfortunately for we go. There is just a moment before I can... There we go, there's Matty. Hello Matty, and congratulations on your race win, man. It seemed like it was a tough job too, like you were being pressured by all fronts there.
Yeah, it was a tough battle on the end, but I made the strategy work, and yeah, it was a little bit tight for my end on the end of the race, but we pushed on, and yeah, we fixed it, so we got the win.
And it really looked like you were going to struggle there on the ending, because there was just Daniel, the way he was pushing it looked like he actually could have gotten that win, because he had really bad luck on traffic. But did you think that the strategy was crucial here, or was it just the pace that you had was just superior anyway?
Yeah, Daniel was a bit aggressive on his race, like overtaking in traffic and stuff. I was a bit more cautious, also taking advantage of the traffic to save some fuel and take care of the tires. But on the end of the race, yeah, I think I pushed too much on my front tires and didn't have enough grip anymore. So if we had one more lap extra, I think Daniel got me. Because he got, I think, a little bit more pace on the end of the race. So, yeah, strategy, yeah, was key. But yeah, we made it work.
Did you think that you had to practice a lot for this track, or were you just ready for and you expected to win anyway?
No, I cannot expect to win a race when you start from it. But to be fair, I just start practicing this evening. So
Really?
I got practice just today. So got a bit lucky with the pace I had, and I think when I got some more time to practice, I think I had to. Yeah, had a little bit more pace in it, so we got lucky, I think.
Can we expect the same thing to happen on the next race then, which will be
No,
no on Monza?
no. Monza is yeah, Monza turn one, man. We got to be cautious, but yeah, I expect to put more practice time in. So yeah. We're gonna see what's happening there.
All right. You're Dutch, right?
Yeah, I'm Dutch.
You want to say some words on Dutch there for your audience? There's a lot of Dutch drivers here, especially anti-stall racing.
Ja, jongens, hartstikke dik om met DLR in ieder geval een win gelijk te pakken bij ASR. Leuke race gehad. Strategie heeft toch wel goed uitgepakt, denk ik. Ik heb, als we gaan vergelijken met Daniel, toch wel iets meer kunnen saven en ja, iets minder lang in de pitstraat kunnen hebben staan. Maar ja, daarbij, Daniel heeft wel iets meer gepusht dan ik heb. Dus ik denk dat zijn strategie op het einde toch iets beter was. Maar ja, uiteindelijk heb ik toch geluk gehad om het toch maar te klaren op het einde. Dus ja, super vet om het kampioenschap zo te beginnen in P1. En ja, laten we dit voortzetten.
Alright, thank you so much, and hope to see you next race next week on Monza. And good luck out there.
Yes, thanks mate. See you.
Alright, Trooper, congratulations on your race win here, the first one on this series, since you were here on last time on the sports car series. It's amazing that you accomplished this right at the start.
Yeah, it was pretty good start for the season. Last season I didn't have much luck with the qualifying with the LMP3, so it didn't go well either in the races. But this time with GT3s, it was much easier to get there.
Wait, you were on the LMP3s? I actually thought you were on the GT4 Porsche.
No, my teammates were driving
Yes,
the
someone.
Porsche, but I was driving the LMP3.
Actually forgot, yeah, but you were also fighting, besides Brandon Hawkin, it was someone else. It was Tom, right?
Yeah.
So, what do you think of now jumping onto GT3? Do you think it's more of your comfort zone then?
Yeah, very much. I usually drive GT3s mostly in iRacing, but yeah, it's really more my comfort zone.
Okay, so seeing that you had like this big adventure on the first race, are you also ready for Monza next week?
Yeah, well, I think Porsche will be difficult there because it doesn't have the same straight line speed that the Ferrari has, but we will see what we can do there.
Yeah, especially seeing that there's a lot of drivers that chose the Ferrari this season. And it's a completely new car too.
Yeah. It will be really interesting.
Alright, so any words in Finnish?
Yeah, no, kisa meni ihan hyvin ja vois kiitellä tiimiä, mutta ei ollut tiimin kanssa tässä kisassa nyt mitään tekemistä, mutta kiitos kuitenkin kaikille, ketkä katsoja. Ensi kisassa sitten koitetaan selvitä Porschella sen, mikä sillä pääsee.
Alright, hopefully your teammates hear that, because this time, yeah, you were the only one of the L-Star Esports driver here. So, hope they all also enjoyed the race, and good luck next week.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, hola Carlos.
Hi.
So, how was your race? It seemed like you were a bit lonely there, were you?
Yes, a little bit. When the start of the race was a bit tricky with the traffic. It was too difficult to follow the drivers in front of me. But yeah, I tried to keep the gap, not making any mistake. Because I knew that in this circuit with the Ferrari, I knew that I suffered. So let's see the next race in Monza.
I guess, did you choose the Ferrari because you are used to the 488, or you just simply chose it because you like the car?
No, I saw the calendar. I thought that maybe the good option was the Ferrari. I know in different circuits I can suffer a little bit, but in the most of them I guess I can go faster. But in this first race we could get a good result for me and for my team, obviously. Let's see what happened in the next races.
Did you feel that the car was a bit hard to handle, especially on the faster corners, since the Ferrari is mid-age and yeah?
Yes, totally agree. In the first corners, I couldn't turn the corner as I wanted. But yeah, in the stretch I could go faster, but like you know, in Silverstone, the corners are very important, and Ferrari doesn't like this kind of corners. So I knew that it was a very important point in this circuit with the Ferrari. But for me, and the second position, it was so good. Maybe if Alexandro didn't some mistake, maybe I will finish third. But for me, I'm too happy. The second is for me is like a victory. So yeah, I'm so happy to this way for the championship.
So you can expect that starting from now, the other tracks you can actually fight for the win.
I hope so. For that reason, I chose this car. So let's see what can we do. I think I can have the pace to fight against these incredible drivers. So let's see. I want to race the next one in Monza.
All right. Any words in Spanish just before we wrap this up?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Any words in Spanish for our Spanish listeners?
Yes, of course. Bueno, chicos, ha sido una carrera bastante bonita. Sabíamos que íbamos a sufrir al comienzo de esta carrera, ya que el Ferrari pues no se adaptaba mucho a estas condiciones de pista. Aún así, este segundo lugar, la verdad que ha sido como una victoria, porque, bueno, viendo los pilotos en pista y los coches que había, un top 5 a lo mejor hubiera sido lo más sensato. Aún así, un segundo puesto, la verdad que no me lo esperaba para ser esta primera carrera con este coche. Así que en las próximas carreras espero ir mucho mejor con el Ferrari, ya que creo que se puede adaptar mucho mejor que, por ejemplo, el Porsche o el BMW. Así que con muchas ganas y como siempre, muchísimas gracias a mi equipo por estar ahí apoyando y a mi personita especial que está ahí por ahí en el directo apoyando como siempre. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and see you next week then.
Thank you, bye.
All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all through the next races. We had a lot of fun here commentating, broadcasting, probably not as much steering because of all the accidents that happened, but for sure, it is something we love to do, and we hope that we can continue doing this for all of you. And for me, I am signing off, and we'll see you next week on Monza, same time today. Bye.